Hey guys, it's KTV here. What you see here is a Chloride Safety Systems emergency fluorescent tube. This thing is off the non-maintained variety without rest mode, and what it will do, it will be turned on in the plug and it'll be charging when it's on, and then when there's a power cut it will go on. Obviously the battery's dead because it's getting modified, so I'll just connect it up here and the battery's charging. When you turn it off it'll work for a second or so, but so when the electric gets disconnected the tube will work. Isn't much to it, but yeah, got this in a boot fair, and what you see is what it was. This was in a bad condition though, because this guy I've brought from him before in this boot fair, the same person, does not know how to use wire, because I got a fluorescent tube from him, fixture lighting, T5 8 watt, and it come with extension lead wire shoved into the back of it, into the back hole. This one was of the same story. The wire was coming in at the back, and again it was the wire you see here. However, I was at my man's and we moved it just to the side. However, yeah, that's not good enough. So what we're doing today, I've got some modifications for it. So I'll show you inside quickly. You'll notice there is a hot soldering iron there because we are going to be using soldering iron. We are going to be mounting things into this. Chloride really are trying to prevent you from getting an electrical shock though, because the wire comes in to this. So this is the base, the wire comes in here. What must happen, these pins must contact the corresponding holes in order to work. And there's your battery, Chloride Safety Systems, and your controller motherboard over here. So let's start working on it, shall we? There's the ends out to the tube, and yeah, there's the ends of the tube. So we have our earth, neutral and live. What I will say as well, I've since fixed this because it was absolutely really dangerous. The earth was connected inside the Chloride Safety Systems thing. However, in the plug the earth was cut back, so it's just your neutral and live, well, live and neutral. Not good. So let's get this disconnected and do the first of the modification, shall we?
See you on the other side. Stays alive, stays alive. I got to keep it together, keep it together.
You may wonder why I did not connect the live then. This is because, bear with me, I have a new switch for it. I have many switches for it, however this is the one that's going on the mains. So there's an empty part on the motherboard, empty transformer, that will allow me, when this is together, to put a new switch here. So let's get drilling, shall we? And then I'll get the switch mounted in. Okay, so here's our current look at it. So we have a switch inside. This is a on-off for the mains power, hence why it has the 2.4 cable. The smaller one is switching the battery supply. This is a PJ Electrics, what is this? I don't really know what to call it. 250 volt 3 amp rocker switch. Can't really call it much, but there you go. So they're actually really nice. What I've done, they come with a washer, and I've used a washer internally. and I've put the nut on the front, so when you look at it, it looks professional and it goes really professional as well. So we're putting the other one next to that. So let's get that mounted in. All I have to do, this is low voltage. The battery is about 3 volts, I believe. So I'm just going to simply solder some 4-core alarm cable on, because it's not taking the load. It's not taking a high ampage rating load. So therefore 4-core alarm cable will be absolutely more than enough for this job. The other switch, however, has the mains cable attached, because that is going to be wired between the plug. The plug's live, so that needs to have a higher tolerance. However, this switch can switch. This switch is switching low voltage, so this will be absolutely fine. Let's get this one mounted now. Okay, so two switches are on. The mains one is there, and the low voltage one is there. Now, I want a key switch to lock the battery supply to be on, so you can't turn it off via the switch, so no one can just come along and just then it obviously won't charge the battery. So the key switch will prevent that. That is going to need a bigger drill bit mount, however we'll get that in there. So the way I'll test this, just to see what drill bit it is, I will take my Amtech drill bit set, and I will put the face of the drill up to the, and that one looks like it'd be just about big enough. So let's get that mounted in, and I'll have a green LED to mount in, and a resistor. However, and you can just didn't see the space, I'm going to mount it over on this end by the battery. So yeah, let's just see. Let's just get this mounted on. Now let's just drill this hole and get this done. Okay, so to get my key switch in, I had to use a bit of hot glue, unfortunately. However, it's all coming together on there. So we have our switches. Now we've got to wire them off. I've made the cut into the battery supply, and we need a LED still needs to be put in there. That's a resistor. We need that for later. However, our LED is over here, and I think I'm going to mount that somewhere where it will be visible, so that when the battery is on, when the thing is on, you'll be able to see the LED illuminating brightly. So let's just get this wired together. Still got some more to mount now. Still got to mount this up, which the best place for this will probably be down there. Let's just see in terms of space though. Hold up, guys. Okay, so I have the switch wired up, the 2-volt one. Just make sure that it works. There's no voltage at the current moment, however, when we press it, we receive 240, and when you turn it off, it doesn't happen. So on, the voltage is present, off, it's not present. So yeah, that is working how it should. Let's deal with the battery now. Okay, next I'm having a green LED next to where it says Chloride, so around about here. Let's get drilling that next. This is really starting to come together now. So our last push button is on. Now, just got to solder up the resistor, which is driving the green LED by the Chloride logo. Soldering is so rubbish. There we go, see it melts, it's a funny old thing. Yeah, I need to get a, basically guys, my thingy one broke, my Mercury one. So I need to get another Mercury one, I think. Just melt the solder, you stupid thing. Oh my god. Strip away a bit of the burn stuff. He's burnt and it's a crisp thing. So it's melting the solder on the board, but it won't actually melt it on the... Oh, there we go. I finally said about mercury, and then it wanted to work, because it didn't want to get itself replaced. Whoopie do. Right, well, so we have our resistor, which will go directly across. This will go up to our battery, and the other wire on the LED will go also to our nickel cadmium battery. So yeah, this is going together. Then I've got to wire up the other circuit. It's coming together well, this is. Okay, it works. The green LED is illuminated, and the main switch isolates the lot, and the power switch on the 240 volts we're yet to test. So yeah, let's get this back together and we'll see what happens. Okay, so here's the final product. We have all our switches. MON is mains on, BAT is battery obviously, and a key switch is for the battery supply. I'll give you a closer look at that. And this side we have our LED on off, which should work. Yeah, it does, because it's not been turned off, but if you turn it off from the battery on off, it will just go out and it won't work at all. So that's the main isolation. So yeah, that's the isolation for it. So let's plug it in. I'll show you what happens when you do it. Okay, so the tube flickered slightly. You have to control. This turns the battery supply completely off. So the battery supply is completely isolated. You know, by that little LED. Battery supply isolated. This one turns it out, so you have to turn the battery supply off so it can begin charging. And now the tube is in charging mode. Obviously you're best off to turn that off and the tube's charging. Turn that off and you've disconnected the main supply. You have to spark it up to go to the tube. So main power off. Then when the LED is on over here, the battery supply is operational. So what I'm going to do now is allow this tube to charge, because it needs a charge to store in case I'm merging in tomorrow. I'll mount it up somewhere. I think I'm going to put it on my wardrobe. So yeah, that's it guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, be safe if you want to do anything like this. Be safe. And yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I'm going to let PJs have a look at it just to make sure it's all safe. LED on, LED off. Fair enough. Okay, and our wire is from Wilkinson. We have a lot of lead on it and a standard 13 amp plug on the top with a 5 amp fuse in, which is okay. So yeah, see, that battery's fainting out. It needs a good old charge. So that's it for now. That's it for now. Bye guys.